and visit with Cassidy. This little guy is Turnip. He's a little boy. Came to us when he was 7 months old. He's been with us since September, so that puts him at about a year. And Turnip's story is that he came to the shelter with a few other bunnies from someone who was breeding them and trying to sell them, and at 7 months old was unable to sell. I think there were 3 or 4 of them, so they ended up here at the shelter. We are not opposed to folks that breed animals responsibly, but breeding responsibly, sometimes there's that fine line. People that are looking for particular pets, particular breeds, sometimes do go to breeders, but the point is that if you are breeding animals, you need to take into account the ones that you're unable to sell, the ones that you're unable to adopt to families do end up at shelters, and that contributes to an overpopulation of unwanted animals. So while your original plan may be to be able to rehome all the animals that you have, that may not be the reality, and every year we take in many animals that started off, you know, at a different, either different organization, different facility, and they end up here, and we're trying to place them for adoption. So you want to consider that before you attempt any breeding practices, especially with bunnies. But this is Turnip. He's about a year old now. He's a mini Rex. He's a little shy, and part of that is that he's not had the benefit for the last 5 months of being in a home. So we do the best we can. We've got wonderful volunteers that come in and socialize with our bunnies. We've got certainly staff that cares for them every day. But truly, a shelter is just a temporary housing situation for animals. A shelter should never be a long-term situation. So for Turnip, he is still here at a year of age. We don't have a time limit, and that's the other point. Animals that come to us, once they're on the adoption floor, once we've assessed their health and temperament behavior and we make them available for adoption, they remain available for adoption until they're adopted, or until we can find rescue, or until we can find somewhere appropriate for them to be. You know, barring the fact if they develop any irreparable health issues or behavior or temperament issues, then they might, you know, we might change our minds about having them available for adoption, but for the most part, they stay on the floor, and anybody who's visited the shelter will certainly recognize animals that have been here for a while, like Turnip. So this little guy is available, and just like Cassidy, he would require exercise outside of a pen when he's home under supervision. He also would require somewhat of a special diet of greens, maybe 1 baby carrot a day, and of course, having a relationship with a veterinarian that is literate in bunnies. Sometimes their nails get overgrown, sometimes their teeth can get overgrown. They need special things to chew on to wear down their teeth. So all of those things need to be considered prior to adopting a bunny. Again, the adoption fee for our bunnies is $50, and that includes getting them spayed or neutered, and along with an in-depth interview. So if you've not had a bunny, we try to educate you as much as we can about what you'll need to know. So again, this is Turnip looking for a forever home.